So welcome back, everybody. This is the worst movie of the year video. We do this video every single year.
Worst movies.
Doesn't always get released.
And it doesn't always get released. So this year we're trying something a little bit different. We are trying this really genius idea where we just do the exact same thing we do for our best of video, but it's for the worst movies. Just something that's important to know about all these top 10 terrible movies is they're actually all worse than our top 10 list. That might be confusing to some people because it's 2 top 10 lists, but all of these are all worse than all of our top 10 best.
Yes. Well, they have the same number attached.
They have the same number, which is very, because if it was worse, why wasn't it 11 to 13? But whatever. This is Uncle Mikki's worst movies of the year. This year had so many crap movies that Uncle Mikki just hated so much. Uncle Mikki hates a lot of movies.
He struggled to pick 10.
This is the first year Uncle Mikki's ever sent us a text that says, I want you to talk about the movies I hated because there were too many.
Are we starting the same way, or
Keegan goes first?
Oh, I'm going first? And then Keegan passes the rock.
Yeah.
Whichever direction he wants.
Oh, we do random directions.
Number 12.
Yeah. Number 12, he really despised this movie, is Christmas Bloody Christmas.
Santa?
We saw that and agreed.
I hated it so much, I stopped watching it before it even started.
I dislike it so much, I have no idea what Keegan's talking about.
Well, because I know that most of you blanked it out as part of like a protective feature of your brain to prevent damage.
I think Keegan gassed me. He was like, he had the gun up against my head, and he was like, oh, I need to make you watch this. And Keegan was watching it, and he was like, this is a mistake. I was like,
I did chloroform you so you didn't have to remember it. You're welcome. It's Terminator if you just made it not very good.
So Terminator 3.
Terminator Salvation.
I enjoy Terminator 3 and Salvation more than this movie. I've seen other movies by this director. He just tries to make 80 action movies or like 80 like horror movies, and he doesn't understand what made them 80s.
Yeah, I heard 80s.
I was like, we all heard 80s.
He made 80 action movies.
80s style like action and horror movies. So he's like, oh, I want to capture the type of movies that they made. It's the guy who made Bliss.
Oh, that movies. Bliss sucks.
Go to his house. Where is he?
He previously
tell him to stop doing the things he's doing.
He previously did VFW, which is basically Assault on Precinct 13, but not as good.
Oh, is that the same guy?
And this is basically Terminator, just not as good. It's a killer robot Santa. The main character, she has one line of dialogue in which she does not say the F word.
Fucking douchebag. Fuck you doing?
Fuck no.
Fuck that.
Motherfucker.
What the fuck? The fuck? Fucking. Oh, fuck. Fucking.
The main character has.
Like that. They can't fucking say a single fucking line of fucking dialogue without fucking saying the F word.
Yes, but imagine that is your main character for the entire movie. And literally every single line has it. And it became so grating.
That's just fucking good writing.
So,
shut the fuck up. What the fuck? I'm gonna fucking die? You're fucking.
So for number 11, Uncle Mikki said Thor: Love and Thunder was his 11th least favorite movie of the year.
Thor, Love and Thunder. So we talked about Thor: Love and Thunder a little bit on our Ant-Man video, so I don't need to talk about it too much. But it is just like everything that's wrong with Marvel movies right now. But it
hurts.
It hurts more because Taika Waititi, like Thor Ragnarok is great. I really liked.
So is other things.
Yeah,
everything that he's made is great.
It's just like he is a man who has fallen for his own bullshit. I don't know. I don't know this person personally. I don't know what's going on with his life, but based on the movie and based on like the stuff around it, it's just like, oh, there's a person that has smelled his own farts a little too.
Well, he thinks they smell good, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Something I like about this movie is that it's only an hour and a half or whatever. Isn't it like a shorter movie?
It's shorter, as in 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a shorter Marvel movie. It's like 2 hours.
It was like an hour and 40 minutes. Which I think it's the only movie.
An hour 58.
That came out last year that was under 2 hours.
It's an excruciating experience because there are things about it that you like. You feel resemblances of movies and the sense of humor that you like. But in between them, you're just stabbed with things that aren't funny. And it's like, it actually like hurts your experience so much because you're like, ow. Like it becomes exhausting by the end to the point where you just hate the whole thing. And I'm sure Uncle Mikki feels the same way.
Did you experience Thor?
Yeah, I did. Because, you know, Uncle Mikki wanted us to see how bad it was. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
Uncle Mikki was holding the gun this time.
This is our list. Is him with a gun.
Yeah, he was just like, Keegan gave me this great idea.
Kurt, this is a big deal. You get to bring us into number 10.
Yeah,
The top Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, well, not Cameron Diaz, but the other Cameron, as in James. Avatar 2 was the 10th worst movie of 2022.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's so pretentious.
It's so long.
It's so long.
There's too much water.
Jake Sully's not a good main character. He doesn't change by the end of it at all.
No, I hated.
He doesn't lose anything.
There's too much super production.
There's too much. There's too much production.
It's too produced.
I hated that I couldn't tell that it was made in a computer half the time. Like I was looking at it and I was just like, I'm in Pandora. This is terrible.
Where are these alien people in real life?
This isn't how real life looks. This is not.
I tried to drive over there and I couldn't.
Uncle Mikki was
I
very
wanted to fuck a blue chick and I couldn't by the end of it.
It's deceptive advertisement.
Uncle
Yes.
Mikki was very conflicted. If you can see his favorites list here, his least favorite list crosses over like right here. They're not like this. They don't go like this. They go like this.
Sigourney Weaver plays a child and somehow it kind of works for most of the time.
Which is a flaw.
Which is a flaw.
Which is a flaw.
I'm actually struggling to think of bad things to say about it, which of
Here's
course
the
is a
weird
flaw.
It's not a bad thing, but like something that I noticed that stuck out to me when I was watching it. So they have that whole part where what's her name is like having visions of like the whatever their god is in Pandora or whatever.
Yeah.
They have a name for it. It's like whatever. You know.
Yeah.
And she's
Pandora?
Yeah.
Is it Pandora?
No, that's the name of the planet.
No,
But she's like having visions of like
Yeah.
nature and crap, and like
Yeah.
she's connecting to it. She doesn't know what's going on, and like this, like Jake Sully brings his like scientist friends there to like check her out too, and like they get there and they're like, yeah, this is just case by case, whatever. Like they just like scientifically and like neurologically diagnose her, and I'm just like, you're on an alien planet. You don't get to do that. You don't get to be like, yeah, she just.
Well,
she
you just know how all
you just
epilepsy
She just has
works.
schizophrenia. Like it's just something we have on Earth. She just has schizophrenia. That's all it is. And Jake Sully's like, yeah, you're right. And I'm just like, you are a billion light years away from your own home planet. Just believe whatever nonsense is happening right now. Just let them have whatever they're doing. Like, just
Also, you connect with fucking trees. You literally plug your brain into a tree.
How can you be so stupid? How could you be like this guy comes? He flew a billion light years from a different planet to another planet where beings connect their hair into other beings' hair and they like have like weird sex with each other.
No, but he was with
and
he was on the human side and then joined to the other
and then
side.
his human friend scientist is just like, she just has schizophrenia or whatever.
It's just normal. This is
just
normal.
not like
This is just
don't ignore anything that you're thinking that is going on with her. It's just schizophrenia.
She can't possibly talk
remember
to
seeing that, I was
mystical beings through trees.
No one ever does that.
They should just throw those guys in the trash, like providing nothing. Why are you here?
I did kind of hate the frame rates. That was annoying. That's like one of the, I don't know if you saw it in IMAX, but if you saw it in IMAX, they did the Hobbit thing, which never do the Hobbit thing. They mixed frame rates where like some things would be 48 frames.
And it kind of moves like really
really fast,
especially in like action.
It was
scenes,
annoying
yeah.
as shit, and I honestly like I would. So they did a cardinal sin in my book, which is that half of the movie is 48 frames per second, and the other half is 24 frames per second. I saw a lot of movies last year that some people would consider bad. And
So did Uncle Mikki. Yeah.
This is going to be one that we actually reviewed on the channel. Is Terror on the Prairie, the Daily Wire Plus Western.
Oh
It was a masterpiece.
Oh my god, I literally forgot that movie happened.
Yeah, that movie. Yeah, exactly. That's how good
It's
it is.
not on my list, and I keep track of everything. I'm so shocked right now.
Yeah, because you wish you didn't see it, dude.
Terror on the Prairie, out of all the bad movies I watched, I actually think it is one of the only ones that I genuinely wish I just didn't see. Like, it was a complete waste of time. I got absolutely nothing
Those
of value out
views,
of it.
baby.
We got, a couple
600 views or
600
something,
views or something
baby.
like that. And it was fun to talk about, but like it is such an abysmal, boring movie. And
I'm so glad you said that. It would have never happened.
Kurt,
Horribly acted.
I know you were a big Ben Shapiro fan, and you were really disappointed.
I know you really thought he was going to make the next Citizen Kane.
He really put himself into the movie.
Written and directed by Benjamin Shapiro, and
It was written and directed?
It was not written or directed by anyone.
it needed more writing and directing, in my opinion.
Overproducing like
Or just
Avatar.
more not existing.
They should have gotten James Cameron to do it. You're right.
There you go.
This
They
is
should
up his
have gotten
wheelhouse.
James Macaroni to do it. Dude.
James Macaroni art.
Literally anyone would have been better.
I just saw this, and you guys are not going to be going down this path with me. You may later, but I don't think anybody has yet. I watched a Best Picture nominee and Uncle Mikki also did, and he wanted me to announce the number what? So
eight.
Triangle of Sadness sucks balls.
Oh, does it?
Yes, terrible.
I mean, it does.
Do I have to like this movie? I don't. Do I?
I have to.
Well, because by like halfway through, I was like, do people like this one, or are they just lying to
That
themselves?
is a thing that happens where like you're halfway through
Are
a
people
popular
lying to
movie.
themselves watching this movie saying,
that's
well, because it has complex themes in it,
That's why.
it has to be
That's
good.
why I had the reaction I did to Roma when I first saw it, because I remember everyone was saying it's great, and I'd watched it and I was just like, this
one doesn't lean that hard into the art.
Okay.
Like realm
It's
of that,
just
but
not
it's
good.
it's got themes that people think are important. Like not that they're not important. It's just that
So
it doesn't
there's
make your movie good though. Just because you have important
Themes are dumb.
Keegan does not like themes. You look at it and you're like, oh, and you read the concept, you're like, that sounds fine. Like the concept on paper sounds great. You're just like a bunch of rich people get stranded on an island after getting shipwrecked on a really fancy boat or whatever. You're like, okay, cool, that sounds good. That sounds like a bunch of
Lord of
flawed
the Flies.
characters get put into a situation that they shouldn't be in.
Stressful situation, and shows how they break down
that
how
plot
society
doesn't
is.
happen till an hour and 30 minutes in.
Oh my god.
And it's a 2.5 hour long movie, and and I was watching and I was like, oh man, I wonder where you could cut it, and I'm like, oh, it's every scene is too long. And that's the biggest flaw with that movie is that I'm watching it, I'm like, literally every scene I'm just like, move on, we get it, I already get it, you don't need to keep doing this scene, this scene is too long. There's a scene where the whole point in the joke of the scene is that they're having this fancy dinner, but the boat's moving around a lot because they're on the ocean, and they're all getting seasick, and everybody's like, oh, here's this fancy plate. You're a rich person, you paid a bunch of money for this fancy plate, and now you're just getting seasick and blah, 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 blah. And they literally go through every course of the meal with this joke, and I'm just like, this is 30 minutes of my time. I get it. I got it on the first one. I got it. And there's some really good effects that I'm like, I wish this was in a better movie, because there's literally parts where you're watching people, it's disgusting, puke and like diarrhea themselves at the same time, and like they like scribbed them up and everything. Like, it's all like practical, and you're like, this is disgusting, and like, how is this in a movie? And I like that aspect of it, where I was like, this is really funny and outrageous, but
I like the diarrhea and vomiting, but the rest was terrible.
this would be funnier if I wasn't sitting here on this scene for so long.
Sam Slade is a big fan of diarrhea scenes.
The seventh worst movie was one that Uncle Mikki held a gun to my head, made me watch. It's called Something in the Woods. And when I watched it, I asked him to pull the trigger, and he wouldn't.
Keegan, please refresh me on what the fuck you're talking about.
So, Something in the Woods, I think it was a direct to
YouTube?
It belongs directly on YouTube.
The person that made it did an analytic online. They put it into a robot. I'm like, okay, who is it for? And it was like, one man named Jim. And they just sent it to him. I was like, I guess he's the only person that can watch this movie.
The positive thing I'll say is it was 75 minutes. The negative thing I'll say, it was 75 minutes.
Did you hear that? What, you never been in the woods before?
It was incompetent on every level. Bad horrible acting. I don't think there was a script.
What's the pitch of this movie? Like, what's the premise?
Someone goes in the woods.
Someone goes somewhere in the woods.
Oh, no, I was trying to remember the actual plot.
I can see why you chose to watch this film.
There is a reporter.
Because on paper, it just sounds so entertaining.
You're gonna watch it, Keegan. You're gonna watch it. I had to.
Stop crying. Stop. No tears. No tears.
A reporter did a expose on a corrupt politician. The politician killed himself, and then a politician's daughter kidnaps the reporter and takes him to a remote cabin to torture them, I guess. And then there's a monster in the woods. It's a shitty CG goblin. My favorite part was when they did Day for Night. By just turning the entire screen, they turn the entire screen blue, and she's walking around with a flashlight that's pointed at the camera, and the flashlight is off. But it was completely miserable. It was bad acting, bad scene direction, bad writing, bad CG, bad everything.
I agree.
Anyway, so Kevin, what was the sixth worst movie?
Halloween Ends.
Fuck you.
Let me check the list again. Oh yeah, no, it is. Halloween
Right,
ends.
he took a screenshot of the parchment that Uncle Mikki wrote it on.
Halloween ends. We did a review of it.
Or it's rare that I disagree with Uncle Mikki.
But in this case,
You don't disagree with him.
Yeah, I really hated how they took new and innovative ideas into the franchise, and changed it. To
I'd rather watch Somewhere in the Woods.
Something in the Woods would make you want to kill yourself. I guarantee you.
Well, I mean, I saw it. I survived.
Something in the Woods is what I would leave as my suicide note.
Halloween ends. It does suck. Listen,
Did Halloween
you have a
end,
hard time for
Kevin?
hating it as much as it does.
Halloween ended far too late.
Yeah, it should have ended in the 70s.
you have to tell us
When
how
it ended the first
influential
time?
Mike Myers was in that movie.
Halloween Ends is an example of how a trilogy can be so bad that even a horrendous, terrible, shitty movie that by the end of watching 3 terrible movies, you like it better than the previous 2. Just because of how low the bar has been raised.
If anyone's ever seen In the Mouth of Madness, you know, at the end when Sam Neill's just watching himself on screen, he's just laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it felt by the time the movie was over. It's like, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe this is happening. This is all so terrible.
He killed my daughter. But tonight, I will kill him.
We watched all of them in one night. When we got to Ends, it was a crawl to get to Ends.
Yeah, not one of those fun crawls where you're drinking beer the whole way.
No, it was one of them fun crawls we were drinking beer.
It was Vietnam crawl, like down in the muck.
Vietnam was fun.
Down in the muck with your buddies. That's the kind of crawl it was.
Agent Orange.
Kurt reeling in a sin with numero cinco.
Fifth least favorite movie is a movie that failed not only once but twice at the theaters. Morbius.
Yeah,
that movie
Some may
was
say
not
it
good.
succeeded twice in the theaters. Some other people will say that it failed twice in the theaters.
As the only person here who owns Morbius, it is not a very good movie.
That was our second favorite film.
That was number one.
It was such bullshit. He never said it's moving time. He didn't say it one goddamn
But he
time.
will do it in the sequel, as we've discussed.
Yeah.
He's like, please, if you let us make another one, I'll say it.
I'll say it as many times as you want.
Morbius sequel.
Funny thing about Morbius for me is that I would say that even though Jared Leto is in so much filth and he's so up his own ass, up until Morbius, I would have still tried to defend, be like, you know what, I think he's still a good actor.
You just like Blade Runner.
Well, no, I like him in Dallas Buyers Club. I like him in Blade Runner, and I'm like, you know what, I like him in Fight Club, and he's good in Panic Room. Classic.
Yep.
Suicide Squad. And then now I'm just kind of like, I'm tired of defending you, man. I'm not defending you anymore. You've done this to yourself.
He's a classic actor where I don't think he's good.
He's devoted.
Not even that. I think that he's a tool that good directors can use, and that if you don't have a good director, he's not an actor that will take a bad movie and elevate it. He's only as good as the
He'll
people
take a
around
bad
him.
movie and make it worse, or take a good movie and maybe make it better.
If he's in a great movie, he's great. If he's in a bad movie, he's bad.
Yeah.
Unlike Nicolas Cage, who elevates everything that he is.
I think
Nicolas Cage has ever been in a bad movie.
Morbius
Name 6.
film, like real talk, I think Morbius is the only film all 5 of us saw.
Wow.
Well, of course we all saw.
Yeah.
We all saw everything.
that is what we all saw.
Everyone.
Wait, Morbius, the Woman King.
Did you actually see The Woman King?
No, of course not.
We can't forget the woman.
We can't forget it, dude.
I'm gonna say Uncle Mickey's 4th least favorite movie is Don't Worry, Darling. We all saw it, obviously.
That's the one with
I worried.
building.
All of our legions of teenage fans are gonna be so pissed off at us, dude. You
Yeah.
can't put that at number 5. Least favorite movie.
4. Fucking what's his name is not a good actor.
That's what I'm saying. Harry Styles, dude. He's
Harry
the best actor of our
Styles?
generation.
Harrison
Harrison
Styles is.
is not a good actor.
That's what you're worried about?
Our life, Alice, our life together. This, we could lose this. Just get a hold of yourself.
Right, he's the best.
Which I was very shocked by because he was so good in that scene from Eternals.
What a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I was gonna say he was so good at the very last scene of Eternals.
Also,
He was only beaten by Patton Oswalt's voice performance.
I am not a teenager, but I don't find Harry Styles. I don't see the appeal. You know, I don't see it. I don't get it.
He's
I
handsome.
vaguely
British.
know what
He's
he
got-
looks like.
He's
Let
got
me
3
try.
nipples.
We talked about this drunk the other night. I do not get Harry. Like we're
Is it the
talking
black hair that goes? Or the?
Well, yeah, he's got hair. Yeah,
Yeah,
his
I
name's
thought he-
Harry Styles for a reason.
Look, dude.
If you look at pictures,
If you look up pictures of NSYNC and compare it against like him, NSYNC is just so much more attractive.
Yeah, I don't see it. I think Harry Styles is
He's
kind
not
of
called bald. He's
Yeah, dummy. He has to have hair. So is it 3 for me?
Yeah, it's 3.
Oh, nice. I get the 3 spot.
Yeah, the three.
So this one, this movie was very, very close to being in the top 10 of Uncle Mikki's list, but it fell from grace, I would say, within itself. I was watching it, and it's a very long movie, and I thought this movie's amazing. It's got everything I like in a movie. It's on, and Brad Pitt's in it.
Are there boobs?
There are boobs.
Oh, there's lots of boobs.
There's boobs.
This movie's called Babylon.
Boobalon.
It's not called Babylon, dude. Be serious. Be serious here. We're talking about Brad Pitt.
Fuck yeah!
I'm watching. I'm like, dude, this is another classic Brad Pitt movie. And then a scene comes along where some old hag tells Brad Pitt that he's a has-been and he'll never be famous again. And I turned it off.
That is the scene.
And
we all turned it off.
I turned it off right there. I was like, this is just too unrealistic for me to continue to watch.
What's great?
This is too outrageous.
That's why Uncle Mickey put it on the list. He was like, Brad Pitt's not old. He's only like 35.
You're old, you old hag.
This movie sucks.
This movie fucking sucks.
What? This came out of nowhere too.
Look up what happens
This
to
makes
Brad
no
Pitt.
sense for his fucking
The
character.
whole time they're like, he's the best actor of all time, and he'll be for the rest of his life.
If Brad Pitt doesn't rise back up to the top at the end, look it up. If he doesn't rise back, I don't want to watch it.
I don't want to watch it.
I don't want to watch it.
Ruined it. That scene already ruined it.
Sam Slade has not finished the film in actuality. So
No, this is actually a
this
true
is
thing.
true.
I literally turned
You went
it
to
off.
through your phone with the TV.
This is ridiculous.
that scene is great, and
That scene is great because it's a complete fantasy.
it's complete fantasy.
It
It
just
would
doesn't
never
make
happen
sense.
in real life.
It would never happen in real life, and it's impossible to happen.
Yes.
So, and it just broke my immersion completely. And I thought, oh well, this is made by a bunch of morons and
Are we playing this the same way we played it the last time?
Well, literally nothing matters. So
Yeah.
why not?
We could do different teams, so it could be you and me versus Kevin and Kurt and Keegan.
I don't like not being on Kurt's team, but okay.
Outer versus inner.
Outer versus inner.
Outer versus inner. So here's the thing. Just to preface this, Alec is clearly the worst at coin flips, and I'm clearly the best. So now this is actually
It's balancing the teams
We'll
out.
see. We'll see how balanced it becomes.
coin's gonna land
Will he
like this.
destroy me with his terrible?
Well, heads never dead.
I'm willing to arbitrate, to be the arbiter. I'll defend the covenant.
Pick heads or tails, and then we're gonna do the opposite. Okay, so go ahead.
Oh, well, tails never fails.
All right, we're gonna do heads then.
Okay, so we got heads.
We're heads.
Okay,
You're
we're tails. So we're tails never fails.
It is tails.
It never fails. Time you destroy us.
Oh, I got a seat. It's warm, thanks.
Okay, so you've seen like
Wow, I've never been on this side of the room. I don't know if I like it over here.
Well, you should always experiment by going to the other side.
Just a little bit.
You guys can reveal the number 2.
Yeah, Uncle Mickey, on his list, he specified that all kinds of bad movies. Some of them are completely inept, such as There's Something in the Forest.
Something in the woods.
Yeah, that one. And and some of them are good bad, like Avatar: The Way of Water, that they're so bad that they're good, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But Uncle Mickey is a master of many nuanced choices. And so Uncle Mickey, he likes to make statements about movies that are good, but he also likes to make statements about bad movies too. And that's why he said The Woman King was his second least favorite film of all time.
Listen, no list is complete without the Woman King.
No list is complete without
No list is complete without the. You always have to recognize.
You can't forget it.
It's very important to do
both lists.
Woman King was a very important film that came out last year.
Explain why it's not important.
Women can't be kings.
So, what is number 1?
Okay, so what are the teams going to be now?
We could flip again entirely. Me and Al could switch, and I could be on Sam Slade's team. You could be on Kurt's team.
We're doing cross. I'm not leaving this seat.
Hey, Kurt.
Hey,
Wow, we've never been on team.
Anyways, in the name of freedom, we have Team 1 and Team 2.
How are you folding into this mix?
I'm going to make a call.
Okay.
If I
so
make
same way we did last time.
same way we did last time.
Whatever.
Heads never deads.
So you're calling heads. You're calling heads.
Okay.
You're
I
getting
guess we're
tails. I'm gonna go with heads as well.
It's okay, Alec.
Good luck failing.
It is heads.
Bam!
Everyone's taking my well.
Your team versus me. Kurt, what are you calling?
Tails.
It's not tails.
It is tails. Alec and Kurt. Kurt, since you're so successful, what are you calling?
Heads is never dead.
Tails.
Oh no! The Batman is Uncle Mickey's least favorite movie of 2022.
What an uproar.
Fuck the Batman. Fuck Dark Knight. Batman sucks.
Yeah, you're only good in Twilight, Robert Pattinson. Stick to those movies.
It was
don't do anything
too
else.
long.
It was too long.
Too long. There's too many riddles in it. I don't understand.
Too many bats. Morbius did it better.
Morbius did do it better.
I actually, you know what? This is perfect.
He's gonna
because
bat all over
every
them.
year I like to fuck over Kevin. Normally I just fuck over Kevin by putting one of his favorite movies at number 12. This year I got to do it even better. I put his favorite movie at the worst slot.
It is my #1 favorite movie.
Well, it's not anymore.
It's not anymore.
The Batman, it's a movie that's too long.
There was too much water at the end.
There was too much water at the end.
I was like, what's up with
I
all this water?
hated that Batman had an arc. Like, that's stupid.
He did?
Yeah, he had an arc.
Oh.
And I was like, just punch people. Batman. That's what
Oh,
it's
you're
good
talking
for.
about when he swung. He had an arc.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna complain. Batman's fucking invincible in that movie, and it
Yes.
pisses me off. Like this
I
is
was-
real talk.
I was basically the same slate last night.
Batman is a moron in that movie, and he's constantly getting himself into situations that should hurt him, but he's just in like if it wasn't the Batman, if it was Black Panther, we would complain nonstop about it. It's like, oh, he's just invincible. Okay, so we can just, like, it doesn't matter if he gets blowed up by a bomb that's right in front of him.
So
he's just Batman, so he's fucking invincible.
Deep cut.
But it's a really good movie. The music fucking slaps though. That blom blom blom.
You're right. The movie does slap the entire thing from start.
Yeah, it slaps itself into a garbage can.
Kevin, what bad
I hope
things
this
can
video
you say
never
about it?
comes out.
Yeah, what bad things can you say about it? It was Uncle Mickey's number one least favorite movie of the year.
I hated the fact that it was paced perfectly and I wouldn't cut anything out. I hated the fact that all the performances were good. I like the fact that everyone had a fleshed out character. I like the fact that
You hated that.
Yeah, no, I hated the fact that it felt like an epic like crime saga. Like
Batman wears makeup
you know, like
in this movie. That's for girls.
yeah, I didn't like all those things.
Man,
Yeah, those
Kevin
things
Kevin really hates this.
Yeah,
thing.
Kevin really didn't like that.
Kevin really pressured us
He
into
named a bunch of really good things in the movie and said they were bad.
Yeah.
He didn't like it.
I hated the action. God, the action scenes
Kevin,
with
we
the
all like this
Batmobile.
movie. Like,
He sucked so much cock.
I actually 100% agree with you on that. The parts where he was in the car were actually some of my least favorite parts of the movie, and I'm not joking.
You are just wrong.
Every 10 minutes I was like, oh, is it over yet? Nope.
Oh.
Because it's the worst movie. No.
Yeah, it's Uncle Mickey's worst, and we all hate it.
Yeah, so
that's
guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that little video.
Morbius
talking
good,
about Morbius
Batman
good, Batman
bad.
bad.
That's what we're trying to tell you
we're-
here.
Look,
Uncle
if you're
Mickey
gonna have to
friend.
watch a movie with a bat, watch Morbius.
Yeah, honestly, if you've learned anything, that's that you should not ever watch the Batman. And if you need to watch a film, watch one of the.
And if you
good
like spooky movies, Halloween Ends. It's completely all the Halloween
Yeah,
movies.
the Batman is worse than Halloween Ends.
That's true.
mathematically, we proved
That's
that.
true.
We did prove that here.
Yep.
There's like half of a good movie in Halloween Ends, and then there's
There's an entire good movie in Batman.
To